Good afternoon and welcome to Whole New Headline News. I'm Isaiah and I will be your anchor for this week's broadcast. No new announcements, so here are some reminders. Senior Sunset is on May 8th from 5 to 7 p.m. at Coralino Lagoon 4. If you have any questions, you can contact Emma. Senior sign-out is still ongoing. If you've not done your sign-out yet, you can find Tanner in rooms 21 or 23 during blocks 1 and 4, the hotspot during block 5, and downstairs on the left of the exiting stairs of the dialysis center during lunch. Your last chance to do your sign-out is Thursday, May 7th. If you have questions, you can contact Tanner. Don't forget the open mic night is this Thursday, April 30th from 4 to 6:30 p.m. You can just drop in and feel free to bring art, crafts, or a song, or just come and enjoy. If you have any questions, you can contact Leo. Seniors and early grads, don't forget that your last day of school is May 14th. Grades 9 to 11, if you haven't done so yet, don't forget to sign up for your SLC. That's all for announcements. Now on to H2H with Keone and Zara.
Hi, I'm Zen,
And I'm Keone.
and we're hosts for this week's H2H. This week's H2H questions is, if you like what's a movie, what will be this chapter called? Here we go.
Today I'm here with.
Brooke.
And if your life was like a movie, what would your chapter be called?
It will be like called the highs and lows.
What does that mean?
It's like, although high school can be stressful, there are some stuff to bring you up.
Nice. Thank you.
I'm here with,
Yo, Matsumiya.
and if your life was a movie, what would be this chapter called?
I think it'd be like, maybe like exploration.
Why is that, yo?
Well, it's because like I'm still in like my sophomore year, and there's still a lot more I could explore about myself and the world that I'm in. It's pretty interesting about how much I can explore just by myself.
Okay, that makes pretty sense, yo. Thank you for your answer.
Today I'm here with.
Sky.
And if your life was like a movie, what would your chapter be called?
My chapter is called Experiences, because in this phase I'm experiencing a lot in life. And, tough, but, I work around through it.
And what does that mean to you?
It means, I can be better, learn through mistakes, and hopefully this chapter will evolve throughout.
Nice.
I'm here with,
Alyssa?
and if your life was a movie, what would be this chapter called?
The Wild Ones.
Why is that, Alyssa?
Because prom's coming up, and I feel like everyone's going to be wild at prom, so.
That makes pretty sense, Alyssa. Thank you.
Today I'm here with.
Noah.
And if your life was like a movie, what would your chapter be called?
Chapter 1,
Why a number?
because it's the first thing that came to my mind.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm here with,
Nathan,
and
Richard,
if your life was a movie, what would be this chapter called?
Tranquility,
Why is that, Nathan?
because I'm like my post season, so I'm just peaceful right now, no worries right now.
That makes pretty sense. What about you, Richard?
I would use Hakuna Matata
Oh, I like that one. Why is that, Richard?
because it means no worries.
Very interesting response. Thank you guys for your answers right there.
Thank you to all who participated. And now back to our anchors.
Those are some nice responses. Thank you for that H2H, Keone and Zara. Speaking of which, next is On This Day with Keone.
On this day in history, April 28th, 2001, Dennis Tito became the first space tourist traveling to the ISS. He spent 8 days in orbit as a crew member of the International Space Station, and the mission was launched by the spacecraft Soyuz TM-32 and landed back on Earth by the spacecraft Soyuz TM-31. Now I'll pass it back to the anchors.
Wow. Thank you, Keone. I didn't know that about Dennis. Now into road tripping with Aaron.
road again, going places that I've never been.
Hi, I'm Zem, and welcome back to this week's World Trip Percent. We're going to do a tour of Blue Ridge Parkway, and it's located in Elephant Mountains of Western Virginia, North Carolina. And you'll find 5 fun facts about it. Did you know that the Blue Ridge Parkway commercial vehicles were not allowed, enhancing the scenic driving experience? Did you know that in the Blue Ridge Parkway, there are 26 tunnels on the parkway, with 25 of them located in North Carolina and 1 in Virginia? Did you know that the Blue Ridge Parkway, the construction began in 1935 but took 52 years to complete, officially finishing in 1987 with the completion of the Lynn Cove Viaduct? Did you know that the Blue Ridge Parkway, it was built to create jobs during the Great Depression and connect Virginia and North Carolina mountain regions? Did you know that the Blue Ridge Parkway has consistently been one of the most visited units of the National Park System since 1946? And that is all for this week's World Trip segment. Now back to Yankees.
I can't wait to get on the road again.
Those are some cool facts about Blue Ridge Parkway. Thanks, Aaron. That's all for this week's broadcast. Ta-ta, Turtles. Catch you later.